First of 9, the right way in 2. Diva Cara dancing about a little bit. The right way on the toe, a towel flung out the back. Now we're right running. Seeing Diva Cara was away fairly. Termite the right way, both began well. Going forward quickly is Aim Point 3 wide, likewise Free Carry. Drifting back Diva Cara, Taverstorm the outside. A length and a half to Lucky Exchange and further back to Mannerheim. They're clear from second last is next the outside Theo Prospero. Last of all is Another Dazzler. So working Free Carries in front. Back to second the right way. Third the outside is Aim Point. They're clear from Termite fourth and fifth, the outside Taverstorm. A length and a half to the race favourite. Further back is next the outside Diva Cara. And then we've got Lucky Exchange on the inside. Further back to Mannerheim. Second last defence is further back is Theo Prospero there. And a length and a half to last of all is Another Dazzler. So Free Carries in front. Second the outside the right way. Third Aim Point. Fourth the inside Termite. A length and a half Taverstorm. Lucky Exchange. This race favourite Diva Cara. Fourth last over on the outside. Third last the inside is Theo Prospero. A length and a half to Mannerheim. Second last over on the outside of last of all is Another Dazzler. So Free Carry by 3/4. Second the right way. 2 lengths away. Third Termite. Aim Point the outside. A length and a half Lucky Exchange. Taverstorm the outside. They're clear at the moment. Theo Prospero. Diva Cara still third last over on the outside. Mannerheim second last. Last of all is Another Dazzler. 4:50 left to run. Free Carries in front over 2 lengths now. Second the right way. Working home Aim Point on the outside. Weaving home Theo Prospero. And down the outside Lucky Exchange and Diva Cara's a mile back at the moment. Free Carries in front. Coming through is Theo Prospero strongly. Down the outside is Aim Point, but Theo Prospero's grabbed the lead. It's a length and a half in front near the line, and Theo Prospero has 1 second to go, probably to Aim Point. Close up the right way. Good late Mannerheim. Free Carry Diva Cara, followed further back by Another Dazzler, and then Lucky Exchange. They broke right away from Termite, and Taverstorm was pulled up at the rear.
Theo Prospero, a comfortable winner of the opening event on the card for Matt Smith and Bailey Wheeler. Aim Point will get that second spot, and then the right way, Mannerheim, and then Free Carry. Free Carry just went a little bit freely early to establish the lead going to this trip for the first time in a long time, and he just felt the pinch over the final part. This guy second up. Matt Smith is the master of these longer distance races, and he didn't do much at Kembla first up, but he obviously set him up here, possibly as a companion for his mare in the last race as well. Finds this benchmark 70, puts him on the float as well, and a happy result. So he gets up by around about a length. He'd only won a Class 1 at his most recent win back in August at Newcastle, and then just a few battling performances, but he gets the win second up today. Got the nice tempo, the nice gap coming through, just getting around Free Carry at this point. The big fellow the right way, he had his chance, he battled on strongly. He'll be winning one soon. And then Mannerheim, when he gets to 2,000 plus, might be worth having a wager on in future. But the disappointment, clearly Diva Cara, back smoking the pipe. He got all of the runs up into the race in the world from memory, but he just battled over the final part.
All right, Maxie, yes, feeling a little lonely out the front. Nobody here to chat to yet. And, in fact, haven't even found a strapper yet. So somebody's got to arrive shortly, I would think. Your numbers are 8, 3, 2 and 7. Home in 34.97, 150.2 the total. Definitely a very genuine tempo in the early and middle stages of that race. Oh, in the middle stages, they actually backed it off to 12.5. So I found someone to have a chat to. This well-dressed man here is going to have a chat. Hi, well done.
Yeah, it was great. Very good. Makes the trip worthwhile.
Yeah, it certainly does. Was it always the plan to bring this fellow up?
He had a good first up run. It was a perfect race for him, so we brought the two up today, so it makes the trip worthwhile.
Yeah, and you got some nice tempo on there as well.
Yeah, we were drawn awkwardly, but they went quick early, and Bailey got into a nice position and came up through them well, so it was perfect.
And your name was?
Tom.
Tom, you did a great job, Tom. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have a quick chat with Bailey Wheeler now. Great to start the day off with the win. Just puts you in that right frame of mind, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Puts you in a good frame of mind for later on, so that's good. His horse is going to get over a lot further, so I was quietly confident after a pretty good first up run. Yeah, all he had to do was prove very marginally to come here and win, I thought, in a pretty, not an average race. I thought it was just fairly even compared to 4 or 5 of us. So kind of love the rhythm, kept sneaking in runs, and he's good enough to burst through a win. So yeah, the world's his oyster if he can keep building through the grades.
Yeah, absolutely. That early tempo through the first, say, 500 metres was very genuine.
It was, and it just helped me be able to relax for the first half of the race and just ensure that his last 400 was his best.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right, Bailey Wheeler, Matt Smith, they take out race number 1 here with Fio Prospero. Great win. All right, 8, 3, 2 and 7. That's the first of 9 here today at Eagle Farm. All right, I think that could be the last one loading. There we go. Here's Josh.
Narrow favourite. The light turned on. All in at the 2200. They're racing now. Warp Speed away well. Mahogany likewise. Handy as a race favourite. Rolling forward. Arizona Dreaming. Tapple Doodle Doo as well. Drifting back Bedford Square on the inside of Iverson. Ostermeyer second last over on the outside of Torrance. So Arizona Dreaming's in front. The second Tapple Doodle Doo. Third is Warp Speed. Mahogany fourth the outside. Bedford Square fifth on the rail. Further back to Iverson. Third last over on the outside. Torrance on the fence. Ostermeyer a length and a half away. So the race favourite, Arizona Dreaming's in front by 2. Second, the outside, Tapple Doodle Doo. Warp Speed third on the rails, and they're clear from Bedford Square. Next, the outside, Mahogany. A length and a half, Iverson. Third last over on the outside. Torrance now second last on the fence, and Ostermeyer 2 lengths away. No tempo about. Arizona Dreaming's in front. Second, Tapple Doodle Doo. Warp Speed third. A length and a half away, fourth, Mahogany. Bedford Square fifth the inside. Further back, Torrance on the inside. Iverson second last, and still last of all is Ostermeyer. Arizona Dreaming here by a neat length. Second the outside, still Tapple Doodle Doo. Warp Speed third on the inside. A length and a half to Mahogany. Bedford Square clear from third last Iverson. Second last Torrance on the inside. Ostermeyer still last of all. So Arizona Dreaming favourite in front by 3/4 still. Second Tapple Doodle Doo. Warp Speed third on the rail. A length and a half to Mahogany. Bedford Square. Further back to Iverson, third last. Torrance second last, and Ostermeyer is still last of all at the 800 metres marker. So Arizona Dreaming by a neck, getting a little bit closer. Tapple Doodle Doo 2 lengths away. Third is further back Warp Speed, improving Bedford Square. Fifth the outside, Mahogany. Iverson still third last over on the outside. Torrance on the fence, and Ostermeyer a length and a half away. Arizona Dreaming at the 450 just in front. Second Tapple Doodle Doo on the same. Warp Speed 3 and 4 wide. Bedford Square, Mahogany, Iverson. Arizona Dreaming in front. Warp Speed to second. Between them, Tapple Doodle Doo. One from the outside, Mahogany revs up right down the outside as Iverson. Arizona Dreaming just in front. Mahogany on the outside. Arizona Dreaming in front from Mahogany. Arizona Dreaming lunging. Mahogany got up. Mahogany's one ahead to Arizona Dreaming. Not sure. Third up there is Iverson. Warp Speed. Tapple Doodle Doo. Followed further back on the run then by Torrance, Bedford Square, and Ostermeyer at the rear.
Number 5, Mahogany, has just got up in the shadows of the pace to beat Arizona Dreaming. And we're just waiting for third, Warp Speed or Iverson on the outside, and then Tapple Doodle Doo, followed by Torrance and Bedford Square and Ostermeyer. But Mahogany on the backup, and I noticed that he went in as a late entry, so Lindsay Goff obviously had a good look at him when he got him home late on Saturday night, and then Sunday morning he obviously ate up over the weekend and popped him in as a late entry, and it was the right move. Doesn't mind it here at Eagle Farm, this fellow, Mahogany. He has raced well here with a couple of placings from only 3 attempts prior, but he gets his win today, and things didn't work out for him at all at the coast last Saturday, but today it was just beautiful. Although Arizona Dreaming was getting an absolute picnic in front, Bernie, and he's given a good kick again. His hat-trick has been denied by a very tough horse in Mahogany.
Yeah, absolutely, Maxie. I mean, some of the sectionals, I saw a 13.69, so it was a pretty soft 22 for some horses, but Mahogany has been knocking on the door. Trainer Lindsay Goff joins us for a chat now. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bernie. Yeah, cheers.
He has been going well.
Horse been going really well, Bernie. Nothing worked out the other day. And Emily rode him a treat today, really. He's only got a short sprint on him, so when even at the 600, when she let Noel come out underneath her and wait, she waited and waited, and she rode the horse a treat.
Yeah, and I guess the fact that she didn't have to chase a long way out, they were all just in their little comfort zone going those nice steady sectionals.
Well, she was 1-1 and sort of elected just to grab hold of him, that's probably where she won the race, you know what I mean? Mm.
All right, well, look, for him, this is a great trip for him, obviously. He loves it.
Yeah, well, that's his go, Boom, but he's got a good furlong on him, you know what I mean? So if he can track up, which he done today, and Emily did really ride him super. Mm.
Well done.
Cheers.
All right, there he is, the winning trainer, Lindsay Goff. 5 beats 6, 7 and 1, 33.74 and a total of 2 minutes 21.
Favourite is Winsome Star. And the light turned on for the third. 1400. Gates open and they're racing. South Sea away well. Likewise, Lone Force. Hand to the inside is also Single and Ready. And there's Copy. So Copy over on the outside of Lone Force. Up into third like a Glover. Now ramp it up fourth and fifth. The inside is Single and Ready. Next the outside is Insinuate and they're clear from Glow Light. South Sea drifted back. There's Winsome Star on the inside. Mist of Dawn. Further back to Puccini Dream. Jacob Gladder's back second and third. Last Old Basil 3 wide and Torpedo's a length and a half away. Lone Force in front, second Copy, 2 lengths away, third Like a Glove, fourth the inside is Single and Ready, further back to Ramp It Up, a length and a half Glow Light on the inside of Insinuate and further back to Winsome Star, who's about 7th or 8th on the fence and spots the speed about 5 and further back to South Sea at the 450, just in front Lone Force, the outside Copy on the scene is Like a Glove 3 wide, looking to get into the clear Glow Light, likewise Winsome Star, down the outside is Insinuate, Lone Force just in front, looming up the outside, Copy, Winsome Star gets up the inside, Glow Light down the outside, but Winsome Star shot the gap and the favourites burst away, 3 lengths in front, it's all Winsome Star, and Winsome Star explosive today is 1, second to Torpedo, third, Puccini Dream ahead of Glow Light, followed by Mist of Dawn, and then Lone Force, Jacob's Ladder, South Sea Insinuate, further back was Single and Ready, Ramp It Up, and back behind those horses Like a Glove, Copy, and Old Basil.
4.14, just waiting on third. Number 12 is prominent there, Puccini Dream. Great effort first up. And then number 9, Glow Light. Finishing 5th was number 10, Mist of Dawn. Winsome Star, it's been a long time since his only other win, but there's no more deserving horse across Australia than this guy getting another win. He'd been so long the runner-up, but today he gets everything go his way finally. We'll just confirm these placings. 4, 14, 12 and 9 they should be. We'll have confirmation of those shortly after the running of race number 3 here at Eagle Farm.
All right, let's have a chat to our winning jockey, Jaden Lloyd. And boy, oh boy, you'd have been thinking you're the winner throughout the entirety of that race.
I was. He was always travelling really well. I've had a lot of ability. This horse has had a lot of ability his whole career. He's just sort of got a short run in, so he can sort of find one better than him most of the time. But he had the perfect run today, saved all the energy, and he's got a lethal turn of foot.
Yeah, he ate up that rail, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. When you're travelling that well, he sort of helps you when you can just quicken up into tight runs. So, really good win.
Well done.
Thanks, Penny.
Here today, faultless parade by him, should get tempo to suit, a winnable weight, everything to like about the 2 for me. Here's Josh.
Lights, red light turned on at the mile, racing immediately, and they've jumped as one. Devastate away well. Rolling forward as this will be the one. Rush and Ronnie sliding through between them. Cronenberg now 4th and 5th. The inside is expected. A length and a half to Rising Pacific. So booting through Rush and Ronnie. This will be the one. The outside, the first couple by 2. Third, Devastate. 4th is expected. A length and a half to Cronenberg. Outside, Rising Pacific at the tail. So this will be the one by 3 parts here. Second, Rush and Ronnie. The race favourite, third, Devastate. 4th, the outside is expected. Improving Rising Rising Pacific on the inside, and Cronenberg a length and a half away. This will be the one by length and a quarter. Second, Russian Ronnie, and the race favourite Stalking. Third, Devastate. Improving up into fourth now is Rising Pacific. Back to second last is over on the outside, Expectant, and Cronenberg a length and a half away. So this will be the one down the side in front. Second, still Russian Ronnie. Devastate third, the outside. Rising Pacific fourth on the rails. Creeping for Cronenberg out deeper around Expectant at the 500. This will be the one. Russian Ronnie. Devastate third, about a half to three quarters away. Expectant the outside. Rising Pacific trying to get away from the fence, and Cronenberg is still last of all. Looming up Russian Ronnie. Devastate down the outside. This will be the one that's still there. Rising Pacific's a length and a half away. Looming up Devastate. Between them is Russian Ronnie. The inside, this will be the one. Coming home late, Rising Pacific. Devastate in front. Lunging Rising Pacific. Devastate. Grabbed by Rising Pacific has won again. Rising Pacific by a neck to Devastate. Third, Cronenberg. A golden trifecta. And then Expectant, this will be the one. And Russian Ronnie at the rear.
So Rising Pacific coming from well off the pace, down the outside, has got up to blouse the stablemate Devastate. He just can't find the mile here. Devastate, maybe if he gets a wet track, he can turn the tables. He's only gone down by a half a length, and then Cronenberg, who's been good from last, down the extreme outside, and then possibly Expectant back in fifth. He just couldn't sprint with them when that went on, shortly after turning into the straight. But Rising Pacific has got his act together. He's won 3 of 5 this time in, and he's back-to-back here at Eagle Farm over the 1600, trained by Tony Gollan, ridden by Andrew Malyon. That's his 7th win at start 22, so he's developing a very nice strike rate. He needs it dry. The other fella, Devastate, probably needs a little bit of give in the ground. Cronenberg does get third on the outside. We're just waiting for the official 4th number. So 2 beats, 3 and 1, confirm 4th shortly.
Yeah, Tony Gollan, trifectas actually this race. Tony, kind of expected, I guess. You had 3 great chances in the race. Rising Pacific is the victorious one here, and luck wins races, and he had a nice bit of luck down the back straight, able to creep up behind the leaders on straightening.
Yeah, he did. The first 3 horses in running were sort of jostling about their positions. He was able to get a really soft run up underneath them, and Andrew just played the percentages. He exposed him, out nice and wide, give him room, and look, he got the job done. He's a very progressive horse, and I think I said the other day when he won here, the more he keeps racing on these good ground, these good fours here at Eagle Farm, I think you're going to see this horse go through his grades quite quickly.
Yeah, he just absolutely loves it. I mean, his form says that, but he's looking $1 million at the moment. I mean, you couldn't have him any fitter. Yeah,
he's as good as I've ever had him. He was going really well, 2 preps ago, and then last preparation, he just run into all those wet tracks. He just can't handle them at all. So we're getting a bit of nice continuity about his racing on good ground, and that's the key. And as we get him up in grade, he's coming down in weight a little bit, and truly run races like today are just his jam here over the mile. So I think there's a nice race in him. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him in a stakes race throughout the winter.
I mean, there's not a lot that split these horses of yours, is it?
No, well, Devastate's a sort of stakes level sort of horse as well, and Cronenberg's that 94 rater now. So, all 3 are nice horses, and I think they can play their part in the Winter Carnival. We'll keep them in work and sort of space their runs out, and you'll see them participate most of the winter.
You scratched Tenzing. Was that just so you didn't have 4, or?
I just thought that they might drag a bit of speed in this race. I thought Russian Ronnie might have run along a little bit, and that just sucks that sprint out of Tenzing. There's an 85 at Doomben, which I think is his favourite track next week, so we can go there with a claim, and it gives them all a chance to win then.
I've got 3 Mr. Galazzi in on top of 4, 9 and 10.
All right, here's Josh.
Mission and all locked and loaded. The light turned on. 1,000 metres here. Racing and Super Daisy away well. Likewise, Blue Spinel landing third. Mr. Galazzi wider out there as Rush Hour. Outweighed on the rail. A length and a half to Wild Botanica. Last of all as Akaka Falls. But Super Daisy sped clear by a length and a half. Second, Blue Spinel. Third, Mr. Galazzi. Further back to Outweighed. Wild Botanica. Rush Hour. Second last, the outside. Akaka Falls. A length and a half away. So Super Daisy's in front. Second, Blue Spinel. The outside. Mr. Galazzi third on the rail. Further back to Wild Botanica. Outweighed the outside, and Rush Hour comes even deeper. Further back to Akaka Falls, but Super Daisy went by the 400. In front by a length and a half. Second Blue Spinel. The inside sneaking home is Mr. Galazzi. Running home Wild Botanica down the outside. Super Daisy's in front, led by 2 lengths at the 150. Going well at the moment. Well clear Super Daisy. Heavily back 3 in front. Super Daisy. Super Daisy's 1. Second to Wild Botanica. Photo third. Between Outweighed, Deeper and the inside. Mr. Galazzi, a camera there, followed by Blue Spinel, who tied Akaka Falls. And the last one was Rush Hour.
Well, she just showed him a clean pair of racing plates there, Super Daisy, with great speed. Terrific first up win over the 1,000 metres here at Eagle Farm, ridden by Nikita Berryman, and has scored a comfortable win. Wild Botanica will get that second spot. It looks like Mr. Galazzi will get third there, and then Outweighed. We're just waiting to confirm the judge's decision for third and fourth. So congratulations to Trevor Miller at the Sunshine Coast, producing Super Daisy first up. She probably had a jump out or two at home at the Sunny Coast. There were no public trials there, but she's now won 5 of 10. A very sharp short course mare by the sire Super One from an all bar one mare. So she's bred for speed, and she looks it too. She's got a big rear end on a Super Daisy, and that's all they saw there. Outside the leader, Blue Spinel, probably ridden a bit closer than I thought there, and she hasn't had that same strength at the end when held up last start. Mr. Galazzi holds third and then Outweighed. So the placings, race 5 Eagle Farmer up.
All righty, let's have a chat to our winning trainer, Trevor Miller. And well done, Trevor. You produced this girl first up here today in terrific order, and that is some slick time as well.
Yeah, she's going beautiful. And that, yeah, she's done everything right, and she was nearly up to the class last preparation, but she's definitely a bit stronger this time. And
you've trained the odd great sprinter in your time as well. She's putting together a really nice record. To what level do you think she can go to?
Well, I just hope she can get to coming down here Saturdays.
Yeah. It's nice to get a bit of that good prize money, isn't it?
Yeah, well, let's get a short, a black tie price would be nice, but it's, no, she goes good. She's perfect, you know.
She looks like a dream to have around the stables, is she?
She is, yeah. If you got a carrot, you're right.
Likes carrots.
Yeah.
She can have a bag tonight.
Yeah, she generally has them, yeah.
How many are you working these days?
I've got 11 there at the moment. I've got 15 horses all up, which is enough, but not too many bad ones amongst them.
Yeah, that's right. Thin them out and just have the good ones.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. It's hard to compete.
Yeah, you're right. But you've done a massive job with her. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Complete the line. So gate 4 for Genatonic. Very, very well backed indeed. Starter is on the platform and the light turned on. Race 6 over the 1,000. Gates open racing, shows the sign away well. A speedy one up into second, landing third, the race favourite Genatonic. Further back to Divine Force, Hidden Nugget, wider out there is Benzu. Alana the first outside, Limuhuli, a length and a half State in Texas outside Rocky Reward. So speedy one in front, second the outside shows a sign. The race favourite 2 lengths away, third Genatonic, and Divine Force fourth on the rail. One further back to Hidden Nugget, creeping forward Benzu wider. Then we've got just in behind those horses, they're getting towards the outside State in Texas. So the outside shows a sign in front. Speedy won the rail. Genatonic's a length away, trying to get there. Down the outside, Benzu. Divine Forces further back, but shows a sign that's still in front. Wayward. Down the outside, Benzu closing off well. Genatonic trying to go with Benzu, but Benzu's in front from Genatonic, and Benzu comes away. Benzu's won by a length and a half. Second, Genatonic. Third's a photo. Shows a sign or State in Texas. Hidden Nugget followed by Divine Force. Speedy one. Alana the first. Limuhuli and Rocky Reward has pulled up at the rear.
Well, that was a big win. Ben Zoo, ridden by CJ Graham for Billy Healy at $6.70. Midfield wide, not easy to do here at Eagle Farm over the 1,000 metres. He's a pretty good one. And his little sister goes around in the golden slipper a little later, Bella Zane. It's the Fall brothers doing big things here at Eagle Farm today. Ginatonic was good. He got into the right spot. He had his chance. He's simply been beaten by a better horse today. And we're just waiting for the minors. Stayed in Texas. The 800-metre horse was right there and shows a sign in those pink sleeves. So we'll just hold it here. Speedy One led. He's just feeling the pinch a little bit back on the rails there. But very, very smart, this winner, Ben Zoo. I think Billy Healy and the team are going to have a lot of fun with him. Ginatonic second, and third, we need to wait. It looks as though it's quite close there. Look at this horse just looming up on the outside. You wouldn't see a better sort in that race than this fellow. Plenty of scope, plenty of room for improvement too after a couple of very soft trials. Shows a side in the pink colours, holds on for third, and then fourth going to State in Texas. 10, 2, 1 and 5 after race 6 at Eagle Farm.
And here she is. She's at it again, this CJ Graham, riding more winners. That was a very strong win by Ben Zoo.
It was. It's great to get a city winner for the Healy team. He's a big supporter of mine, and to get the opportunity on such a classy horse like this, I think he's a horse that's really going to go on with things. He's obviously still quite raw, and we didn't have the best of runs out there. But for such a big horse, I think it worked out well for him. It was just when I lost that cover at the 600, I was a little bit worried that I was going to have to, do a bit of the donkey and work around the bend, but I was confident with the feel he'd give me coming into the straight, and he did the rest.
Such a big plus, the camber now on that corner, if you do have to be lumped 3 wide.
Yes, 100%. And like I said, such a big horse. He was always in a really good rhythm and really comfortable throughout, but it's still a tough way to win, and he done it with authority.
Well done.
Thank you.
Field of Myrtle. So all locked away. Light turned on. Gate 1 the fave. Good line. Racing, Field of Myrtle away fairly. G. Hermanita was away brilliantly in front from second, Celestial Harbour, landing third, Field of Myrtle now. Going forward, Track Tail, likewise Galway Hustler ripping forward, and further back to Tajaki. Ruby Chicks on the fence, a length and a half, Sizzling Gal, and last of all is Anna Vinci. So Galway Hustler down the side in front, second is Hermanita, 2.5 away third, Celestial Harbour, Track Tail the outside, Field of Myrtle fifth on the rail now, further back to Tajaki. Ruby Chicks on the fence, a length and a half to second last, Sizzling Gal over on the outside of Anna Vinci up the rear. So Galway Hustlers in front by next, second Hermanita at the 450, a length and a half away third, Celestial Harbour, Track Tail out deeper, and Field of Myrtle stays back towards the inside. Just in front, Galway Hustler, looming up as Hermanita, and they're clear at the moment. Field of Myrtle's about 3 lengths away, Celestial Harbour the outside, Hermanita now just in front, brave as Galway Hustler, closing Field of Myrtle but 2 lengths away. Hermanita just in front, the inside lifting, Galway Hustler flashing late, Field of Myrtle, but Hermanita in front. Hermanita has won from either Field of Myrtle or Galway Hustler. Tajaki and Vinci, the Sizzling Gal, Track Tail, Celestial Harbour and Ruby Chicks at the rear.
Hermanita shanghaied out of the gates, but she couldn't hold the lead there. Galway Hustler was too quick, but she's got the money by a half a length. Now it is close. Galway Hustler and Field of Myrtle, and then a big gap back to the fourth horse, which is possibly Anna Vici. So number 9 is the winner, Hermanita. She certainly got the start, but you could see on the outside, Galway Hustler just charging around the outside and almost pinched it, wouldn't go away. But Talia Fenlon roaring at this mare, Hermanita, and she's been able to respond to the roar. She pulled the Persuader through to the right hand, and she's just holding at this point here. And we can see the favourite Field of Myrtle running at them late, but all too late. So at this point, it's number 9. Anna Vici has run 4th. We're just waiting for confirmation of 2nd and 3rd. Anna Vici might have been held up back there in the field, just trying to get to the outside. 8 gets 2nd. 11 third, and 6 gets fourth. So there are the placings after the second leg of the Quaddy at Eagle Farm Race 7.
We know her ability, and we wanted to see that today. Her first up run was very good. Luckless, as he said, we had to go back, and she run on really well, but she sort of peaked on a run too. And second up at Ipswich, she was caught out on a limb, and to be fair to the eye, without seeing, reading into the run too much, it may have looked a little plain. So we brought her back to the trials here on the dirt track. Gave her a bit of a confidence booster. Talia's claim, I've got to give probably most of the credit to Talia's ride there. That was fantastic. What I loved seeing today was the speed out of the barriers. She was she jumped probably 2 in front, and she had a beautiful bunny to run down, and she was tough.
Yeah, she had options, didn't she?
Yeah, absolutely, and Tales pulled the right string there, and as I said, she had something to follow, and we've always thought she's a better horse with something to follow, but it's a long straight here at Eagle Farm, and gee whiz, she was tough.
She certainly was. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
Alrighty, let's have a chat to our winning jockey now, Talia Fenlon. And Talia, well done on the win to start with, and it was brilliant from the beginning because you had a brilliant start.
Yeah, thank you. It's always good to ride a winner for the boss. I've had a pretty good association with this little filly. She won a few for me last prep, and she's taken a few runs to get back to her best, but she was definitely there today and happy to travel, and that's good to see because, she just wasn't really showing it early days, but she's back again.
She certainly is, and you opted to take a trail, which was a smart move.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too quick, and that one was going at a good tempo that I was able to just come back and come outside and, really hit the line nice.
Well done.
Thank you.
Euroborus, a clear favourite. Hello. Cleared to run, thank you. Okay, now we're right. Racing. Maximum Vortex away well. Euroborus is going forward. Likewise, Divine OK. Handy the outside, Immoral. Passing Calico Jack. Red Zeus on the inside. And then we've got Hell of a Barty. Wider out there is Major Realm. Getting a long way back, Fistu Fury. Pizarro. Patton last of all is Hurt So Good. So Euroborus down the side. Sped clear by 2. Second, Immoral. Third, the inside, Divine OK. A length and a half to Maximum Vortex. Going for Calico Jack. 2.5 to Red Zeus on the inside of wider out Majorel, and they're clear from next along as Hell of a Barty. Patton back nearer the inside. Pizarro's a long way back. Likewise, Fistu Fury. Hurt So Good's at the rear. Euroborus went by the 400 metres marker, led by 2 or 3. Second is Immoral. Calico Jack on the outside. Nearer the inside, there is further back to Divine OK. Wider out Maximum Vortex, but Euroborus is well clear. 5 lengths in front of the 150. Moral's no match. Down the outside, Calico Jack, but Euroborus is in one race, the rest in another, and Euroborus has won by 4. Maybe 3. Calico Jack second. Third's a photo. Maximum Vortex was good late. Red Zeus likewise. Then we had next across the line Fists of Fury, Majorel, Pizarro, Hurt So Good, Patton, Immoral, and the last one was Hell of a Barty.
Euroborus, the winner, straight to the lead and stringing them out. Be interested to have a look at the 200 metre splits there. By gee, I know it wasn't the greatest start for a number of horses. They did jump at 6s and 7s, but there was a bit of pressure on him early, but he eventually came out clearly on top there and has scored, beating Calico Jack. A much improved effort by this guy, so it's been a good day so far for the Trevor Miller stable at the Sunshine Coast. Michael Rodd partnering him. And then we had, I think, Red Zeus there and maybe Maximum Vortex. So 8 beats 5, and we're just waiting on the minors. Immoral was up there in second spot, but he's just losing it late. Calico Jack clearly holding down second. Red Zeus towards the inside. Maximum Vortex the outside. Who's going to get third? We'll have to confirm that for you in a few moments' time. 1 gets third, Maximum Vortex. 12 is fourth, Red Zeus, after the running of race number 8. So it's been a terrific 20 minutes for the Matt Hoisted stable. Uncommon James, under the big handicap there, has run a great race in his 3rd consecutive Galaxy, and then just 10 minutes later, Matt would have been watching, if he was indeed at Rose Hill today, watching the screen to see Euroborus go to the lead here. And this guy's now made it 2 from 2 since coming up from the south. So there are the placings. Euroborus, $2, $1.30. Massive Place Tote for Calico Jack. Maximum Vortex, and then Red Zeus 4th.
All right, the hot favourite home here in race number 8 from the Matt Hoisted stable, Euroborus, was a tableau of the day today as well. Eileen Court joins us for a chat. So there was a little bit of pressure on him, but boy, if he wanted to show them what he was made of, he certainly did that today.
Yeah, he looked very comfortable in the run, didn't he? Just never looked back. He just jumped and run. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming. And but I love the way Boris really nursed him well into the straight.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 ride by Boris. He never looked like he was going to get beaten today. He even found a few more lengths, which I was thinking, are there others going to be coming? But yeah, thanks.
Absolutely. What is he like to have around the place?
No, he's actually quite nice little horse. When he was a colt, he was a little bit more difficult, but now he's been gelded. He's actually a very nice little horse to handle around the stables. He doesn't play up too much, and yeah, he's a beautiful looking little fella, and he looked enormous today. Yeah,
he certainly did. You enjoy the win.
Thank you.
Alrighty, let's have a chat to Big Bad Boris, who was the smiling assassin out there today on Euroborus. Quick into action, quick into stride, and just cruised throughout.
Yeah, no, he was very good today. Obviously, it was a step up to the 12. He hadn't been at that journey for a little bit, up in grade, an extra kilo of weight, so he still had to step up for me, but I had good confidence in him. His work leading into today was great. Matt and the team have done a fantastic job just maintaining him, and proof was out there.
I could tell at the 700 the confidence that you had in this horse, because you just had him set at a good enough speed that it sort of made everybody else drop off. But what I love most is how you just let him down so kindly in the straight.
Yeah, well, I was talking to Matt earlier this morning, and he was like, just before you come in the straight, just gradually let him start working through his gears, and don't go for him too quick. We know he's got a good turn of foot, but obviously 1200, step up from the 1000. So just make sure you take your time working through that acceleration he's got. And I thought I managed to pull that off pretty well. And yeah, he's got a brilliant little turn of foot, he does.
You've got some of the best hands and heels. I love seeing you use it. Well done.
Thank you, Bernie. I appreciate it.
Show some decorum likewise. Naval Trade has been a big drifter.
Here's Josh.
He's on it. So this one's for Ash. The light turned on and they're racing. Set to shine away brilliantly. Jumped in front from Show Some Decorum. Going forward is over on the outside Osman, and Warby fourth the inside. A length and a half further back to Naval Trader, Cadet Ship, and then coming Pel d'Oro. Second last French Endeavour, and Keitel's gone back to the rear. So Set to Shine's in front. Second's Osman. Third the inside Warby. Further back to Show Some Decorum. A length and 3/4 Naval Trader, Cadet Ship, and 2.5 the French Endeavour. Further back is Pel d'Oro as they swing down the side, and last of all is Keitel. So Set to Shine in front. Second's Osman. Third the outside Show Some Decorum. Warby fourth on the rail. A length and a half Naval Trader, Cadet Ship the fence, and the final three remain French Endeavour, Pel d'Oro, and Keitel still last of all. So Set to Shine just in front. Osman the outside. Warby third the inside, looking for the way clear. Wider out Show Some Decorum, and further back on the field to Naval Trader. Reaching the lead narrowly is Osman. Set to Shine has to find the inside Warby. Further back on the field to Show Some Decorum. Osman just in front. Set to Shine trying to come back. Late Warby driving up the inside here. Warby Set to Shine. Osman dies on the run, but Warby's in front near the line, about a half length in front. Warby's won. Second Set to Shine. Third to Osman. Followed further back by French Endeavour, Show Some Decorum. Keitel was good late. Naval Trader, Cadet Ship, and the last one was Pel d'Oro.
So number 5, Tony got on 1-2, and then Osman, the Mudgee Galloper, running a good race, and then Show Some Decorum. I tell you what was a good run. Number 10, Keitel. The barrier cost French Endeavour whatever chance she had. She just took a little while to wind up, and I think Keitel might have been laying in on her. She's been able to finish pretty well, but the run that Warby had, he was just giggling, I think, Ryan Maloney. He didn't jump that well. The stablemate pinged the gates, didn't she? Set to Shine. And then I think he gave Warby a little bit of a rev up, and he picked up beautifully to be right behind the leaders in a position that he's not used to. Look at him. That's probably done him the world of good, that win, because he was cruising on the line there. Now Ryan's looking for a gap between. It's not going to happen, so he switches him back towards the inside. Nothing wrong with the inside here at Eagle Farm, and he wins pretty much late here. Put back on the bit. Terrific performance by Warby today, getting conditions to suit to a nicety. There's a couple on the outside having a bit of a ding-dong duel up the running there. French Endeavour and Keitel, the visitors from New South Wales. But whilst that was going on, Bernie, Warby was having a laugh at them all.
He was having a little party down there on the fence. Let's have a chat to winning trainer Tony Gollan, who has Quinella the race. So both of your horses ran exceptional races here.
Yeah, they did. They both ran well. I probably thought before the race that Set to Shine was going to get that soft run up on speed, and Warby's sometimes noted to be that little bit tardy out the gates. He puts himself in an awkward position, but the minute he stepped and found that third defence spot, it was a good watch for the owners.
Yeah, he was just humming along, and not often we see him sort of up on the bridle a bit like that either.
Yeah, I think the sectionals probably show why, but they ran to a couple of 12s there and stuff like that on what's a really good surface out there today. So they got a picnic up on speed. It was going to be very hard for anything to come from off speed and run them down. And I thought she did a good job, Set to Shine. She boxed on well, but she's entitled to off the good run in front. And Ryan, that's his go, getting here 3 or 4 rides. He keep him fresh. He rides great.
Oh, you're training him well, Tone.
He's a less is more kind of guy, Rono.
Less is more. Warby, on the other hand, he's probably unlucky not to have a couple more wins under his belt here.
Yeah, look, he's just one of those horses that has that racing pattern. If you draw wide, you've got to go back on him, and sometimes races don't pan out for you. But he's a lovely horse. He's one of my favourites actually in the stable, and you can take it to the bank every time he goes around. He's going to put in for you, and that's what he's doing.
Good on you, Tone.
Thank you.
All right, there is Tony Gollan. Let's have a chat to our winning jockey, Ryan Maloney, now. And I'm thinking your confidence levels throughout that race would have been pretty good.
Yeah, he was the lucky last. Through the week, I was wrapped with his work. He's usually quite relaxed and blasé in his work, but this week he really switched on,
Tony said he's like you.
Well, I'll take it as a backhanded compliment. Anyway, but he did step a little bit slow, but with no pressure, small field, we were able to get the box seat, and it was going to be very hard for something to come behind us, considering how slow we went and how well he sprinted. So he's always around the money, loves his track, loves his distance, so strike while the iron's hot.
Track very even today.
Yeah, it's been really good. Rail out 6.5 again, I think. That's a perfect spot for it, yeah. It doesn't seem to be any bias, so it's certainly heading in the right direction anyway.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right, there is Ryan Maloney, Tony Gollan. They take out the last with Warby, who was your favourite, beating Set to Shine, the stablemate. So 5 beats 8, 1 and 4, 122.79. Home to Slick 33.54 as this track certainly did dry out to a great surface here today. All right, that's it for racing here today at Eagle Farm. Hope you found a winner or two from Maxie and myself and all the team. We say a good night.